At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Brandy Canizero and her team, the leaders at the Alliance Academy for Innovation. She and her team will be presenting this month's Superior Spotlight.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you again, Dr. Bearden and board, for inviting us tonight. I'm joined with Ms. Lisa Robinson and Mr. Anthony Tarantino, our two APs at Alliance Academy, and we are excited to give you some updates today about Alliance as we are in year 4. As you know, we opened in 2018. Students choose and have the opportunity to attend Alliance in order to truly find their passion in high school. Any student, current 8th grader, rising 9th grader, can apply to attend Alliance Academy as long as they reside in Forsyth County. The reason they may choose to attend Alliance over a base high school are our pathways. Our pathways are unique, exciting, and very innovative, and are only offered at Alliance Academy in our school district. And very few of these pathways are options throughout the state of Georgia. So we have aerospace and logistics, criminal justice and law, healthcare and first responders, cybersecurity and digital intelligence, hospitality and graphic design, mechatronics and energy. Within these pathways and academies, we also have aviation maintenance, game design, and computer science. Here's a current enrollment by the pathways. So these numbers are larger than our actual student body. Our student body is 1143. Many of our students take 2 or 3 pathways before graduating. You're going to notice cyber and digital intelligence is very large this year. The main reason for that, it really is an anomaly for Alliance, is last year 47% of our students were virtual and were fully virtual on FBA. Many of them chose to take IDT, which is Intro to Digital Technology, which is the first pathway in computer science. So many of our kids are completing the computer science pathway in addition to completing healthcare, graphic design, hospitality, etc. So most students do graduate with 2 pathways. We kind of consider it like having a major and then a minor in college. So most students start their second pathway in 10th grade. As you know, we have a state-of-the-art building and state-of-the-art labs. We have a built-in courtroom. We have an ambulance simulator, flight simulators, a STEM gym with a concrete floor for robotics competitions, as well as lots of cool things in our Mac lab for graphic design, as well as equipment in mechatronics and energy. We wanted to share our recruitment timeline. This is something that we are different than our other high schools. We get to recruit our students each fall, very similar to college. We are going to start visiting middle schools this week. So we'll go visit interested 8th graders during the school day at all of our 11 middle schools. We will host 2 info nights in November. These will be hybrid this year. All of the presentations will be virtual and online, but students and parents will be able to come visit our building from 5 to 7 and do self-guided tours so they can see our CTAE pathways. We do use the out-of-district process for our application. It'll open December 1st in line with the other out-of-district applications. It closes right after winter break. If we have to have a lottery, we'll have a lottery January 11th. The last 3 years we have had to hold a lottery. For our lottery, we will choose or select 50 students for each academy. The students after number 50 will comprise the waiting list, and that's the same process we've used in the past. We have a new Avenger Night or Orientation Night in January. Avengers assemble in February, where we bring our 8th graders either to visit Alliance or we'll go to them to talk about the registration and transition process. Avenger Day is our traditional open house back to school day in July. We're very excited to share with you that we have new pathways next year. Each year we've been able to add additional pathways. So next year we are adding drone technology. As you know, we've been talking about drones since the very beginning with Alliance. There now actually is a 3rd pathway course called unmanned aircraft or unmanned air systems. So that is our drone technology course. We're adding international business, which aligns with FBLA, and it really gives that global perspective for our entrepreneurs in our building. And then in criminal justice law and public administration, we're adding public management and administration for our political science students and kids who potentially want to go into government positions at the state, national, or local level. So we're excited to start those next year. That'll be for incoming 9th graders, as well as our current students in the building can pick it up as a second pathway. New this year, since we are at capacity with right under 1,200 students, we were able to implement our 3 learning communities, very similar to what you see in college campuses as well. We have innovators, heroes, and makers. In these learning communities, our core classes, English, social studies, science, and world language, are paired with the different pathways. Teachers can show that real-world relevance and connections between core classes and pathways. And we are able to cohort in 9th and 10th grade. This really helps students as they choose their path and where they're headed in the future. A few interesting facts about Alliance. We currently have 1,143 students enrolled. Our capacity is 1,200. Our building was built for 1,200 students. We have 93 staff members. We do have all 4 grade levels now. 30 student-led clubs, 8 honor societies, 21 advanced placement courses, 15 current CTAE pathways with new ones next year, 173 WBL or internship students, that's the largest number in the county per high school, 7 CTSOs, and our CTSOs are Skills USA, DECA, HOSA, FBLA, FRC, which is First Robotics, TSA, and CTI. So we have huge membership in all of those different CTSOs. And lastly, this year we're excited, we have 96% of our students face-to-face. Last year, 47% of our students were virtual, so we're really excited. We were excited to welcome them back to the building this year. A huge piece of any school, and especially in high school, is making sure students feel connected. So students are in academies when they come to Alliance. They then are also part of a house. So similar to Harry Potter, but we have Avenger houses. So for example, we have Black Panther House, which is our cybersecurity and digital intelligence students. We have house challenges throughout the year and each month. We have pep rallies. We show our school spirit by dressing in colors for our different pathways. Iron Man is with mechatronics, Thor is with aerospace, Doctor Strange is with healthcare. So that's a lot of fun. So we kind of kite them all where it makes sense. We love to volunteer and serve in the community. So we have trunk or treat. We visit STEM nights at our feeder elementary schools, which is all throughout the county. Anytime we can help out nursing homes. We had HOSA volunteer at the fair recently. We work with Northside Hospital and CHOA as well. Our kids get to compete in their CTSOs, so HOSA, DECA, skills, etc. So that is really the sports for Alliance where they get to compete. And I'm sure you've probably seen online, we have 2 Dress for Success days each month, and that really works and helps students with the soft skills. We did change our bell schedule slightly this year. So as you know, our students attend from 9 to 3:05. That allows for the transportation from the base high schools. And we follow an A-B block schedule, so alternating bell schedule A-B every other day. This year during third, which is the class we see every day during the week, we added a longer lunch to allow for spacing out in the cafeteria, plenty of time to get through the lines as we have a lot more students buying lunch this year, which is great. But we added Marvel. Marvel is our version of Lunch and Learn that you've seen at other high schools. Marvel stands for makeups, academics, remediation, visiting with our counselors, and Luke, our therapy dog, so we have a therapy dog, eating, and leading for CTSOs and clubs. It really gives kids a lot of opportunities for that 30 minutes to do what they need to do during the day. It's been a huge help for kids who do not have that transportation before and after school and have to be bus riders. As you know, Forsyth County, we are known for our academics and how well that our students excel. So I just wanted to highlight a few things for this school year amidst going through a pandemic for the last year and a half. In our senior class, we have 11 National Merit semifinalists, 12 National Merit commended students. That's based on how they did on the PSAT in their junior year. Our student group of entrepreneurs that are in FBLA and DECA competed in the Innovate UNG Pitch Challenge and came in first place for their business idea. We were recently named third on schooldigger.com based on our end of course assessments in the state of Georgia, so the third highest overall EOCs. We had 227 AP scholars, and we also had the 12th highest SAT average in our senior class last year in the state of Georgia. So we're very proud of our students academically. They've been able to persevere even during the last year and a half. Our students have also placed at the state, national, international levels in all of our CTSOs, individually, as teams. Many have also won chapter awards as well. Last year, all of the CTSO competitions were virtual. This year, we are getting to participate in person, which makes a huge difference, and we're getting those experiences back for our kids. All of you were able to join us last year at graduation. It was this is an amazing group we will always remember. It's a big day. We got to take a group picture. It was very exciting. 91% of our students are attending college and university this year, many different colleges and universities throughout the nation, including UGA and Georgia Tech. We had a student who also is attending the Air Force Academy and the Naval Academy, so we're really proud of them. We also have a student who was hired as the youngest firefighter in Forsyth County from our firefighting pathway. So very excited for kids to head for college, career, and life. We really believe in providing pathways for students to own their future. Our students did very well with scholarships last year, $4.2 million in scholarships offered, and this does not include Hope and Zell Miller, and then our average SAT and average ACT. So very proud. We will continue to make sure we're providing pathways for students to own their future in college, career, and life. So I know I've talked fast. What questions do you have about Alliance? I know it's been a few years since I've had a chance to present.
I'll say, we know we hit a home run when we started this process. From the building of the building, everything was just big, and it was great. You didn't speak of graduation rate, but I'll say that's high, because 91% going to secondary is not everybody.
Yes.
We had a high graduation rate, so totally excited about everything that's going on there. Talk about the backlog. Talk about that lottery and how many people are waiting in the wings should we desire to do more.
Okay. So the last few years, I would say the last 2 years off the top of my head, we had over 600 applications for approximately 325 spots. Ideally, when August hits, we'd like to have 325 ninth graders. We are built for 1,200 students, approximately 300 per class. So each year, we comprise the waiting list. The waiting list typically has probably 250 to 300 people. We do have students who are selected in the lottery who may choose not to attend Alliance, or perhaps their family moves or just something changes, so they rescind that out of district. We then go to the next person on the waiting list based on which academy they're in. What we started last year is we did a lottery by academy. That allowed us to really ensure that all of our pathways have the right number of students, allows us to kind of secure that staffing and some stability along the way. It worked out very well. So we plan to do the same this year, 50 students for all 7 academies, because we're adding the new international business and finance. But we definitely have always had a few hundred on the wait list still in the summer.
There's more out there, more desire
Yes.
to do this type of school.
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
that's good. And did you bring an application for the drone technology? Because I'll sign it tonight.
It will be online December 1st.
Okay.
December 1st.
So yeah, I attended the graduation. This is my first year to really, enjoy that, to see it and to be on stage and get to see all the kids and everything. And this school, every school had their unique quality. I really enjoyed this school. The kids that are coming out of here, they're professionals, they're prepared. The soft skills that you're talking about, in the mirrors, like, have you looked at your, are you presentable? Would you hire you? Like, those are good discussions and things to have, and not just, once in a while you've got it
Right.
going on.
It's built in.
And I also love the community groupings, like the pairings for the core classes. And I think you've mentioned this before, that, having students that are in the same interests, are moving forward on the same paths, for them to, them be taken away from their friends into core classes, sometimes is a little, just,
They're able to
it's
support
not
each
as
other.
cohesive for
Right.
them. So if you can keep them with, kind of their group,
Right.
it's, more success rate of keeping kids in the school, and
Absolutely.
confidence to answer questions instead of being nervous and
Absolutely.
shy. So I like that idea.
It's been going well.
I would agree. Tom pointed out the 91% going on to post-secondary, and I think that's the joy of not just Alliance, but all of our high schools. We do have high schools that have higher, but it doesn't have to be. They don't have to go into post-secondary to go right into the market, right into the
Correct.
workforce, and that's a choice.
Correct.
and our kids come out with such skills and certification, whether they're at Alliance or
Correct.
Leverett or South High, whatever
Yep.
school they go to. And that's a great opportunity. They can either go right into the workforce, secondary, whatever, so.
No, CTA is great for all of our students.
You mentioned, one question I had, you mentioned CTI as a CTSO, I'm not.
Career Technical Instruction, that CTSO serves our students with special needs.
Okay.
And so it is a 7th CTSO, and all of the high schools do have CTI.
Okay. I'm done. Right.
Yeah, I agree with the workforce development. It's very important. And when you're producing students who want to go into the public service part of it, it's really neat. I was talking to a parent and a student at the high school, and you know, it's common in college to do a lot of internship, but the internship that now is being done at the high school level is amazing.
Correct.
And this parent was telling me, and actually the student, that he is interning in the healthcare at a pediatrician office.
Yes, yes.
And I was like, wow, that's pretty neat. And I said, do you enjoy it? He says, yeah, I like talking to the kids, but I hate the paperwork. And so it gives them the
Yes.
ability to see the whole picture of the career.
We
So,
we
and
also
that's
have
happening
a
in high
group
school.
of interns at Northside Forsyth Hospital, also with Central EMS, with the Sheriff's Office. So we have a great partnership with all those community first responders.
Yeah, that's what I was going to add. You know, the business and community partnerships are important at all of our schools.
Yes.
They're incredibly important at Alliance Academy, and the three of you have done just a tremendous job of getting our community partners, business partners engaged in Alliance. We have tremendous support for this school throughout our community.
Absolutely do.
They see the value of students getting these hands-on experiences, and it's so cool to have a graduate already hired by the
Yes.
fire department, and you know that's great for the fire department. You know, our sheriff works closely with us to give those kids those real life experiences, so maybe they choose to pursue a career in law enforcement or fire, whatever the case may be, and live and work right in our community. It's
Yeah,
really
that's
good
a
for
great
everybody.
example of how a lot of the kids that had those desires in the past, they did it as extracurricular. They would
Correct.
join the Explorers
Right.
or other things with the sheriff's office, and they do it on their own time. Now it's woven into the fabric of learning. So they're not only learning, but they're getting skill. And so it's just so exciting to see that.
I think when we first started talking about this school, there were some people that were like, oh, it'll just be like a vocational school or whatever, but y'all turned it into something really special. It's one of our brightest stars, I think.
We are proud. It's been a great opportunity. We've all been together since the beginning. I believe Mr. Tarantino was even at the table when we started the blueprints a long, long time ago. So,
Well, thank you very much.
all right, well, thank you again for
Thank
letting us
y'all
join
very
you
much for
tonight.
what you do.